Yo, 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 what up, YouTube? Welcome to Sinn-Take, man. My name is Jason, coming back with a quick message. And real fast, though, listen, man. So we all aware of the seasons, right? We all know what seasons it is. We got summer, we got fall, we got winter, and we got spring. You know what I mean? We got 4 seasons. We got 4 seasons, and with every season, right, comes a different type of element. You know, with the summertime, you know what I mean? You know what comes with the summer. You know, sunshine, rain, tornadoes, hurricanes, all types of shit. All types of shit. But for the most part, you know that it's going to be warm. It's going to be warm. You know, it's not going to be cold. And then you got the fall, right? The fall kind of land in that mild area, that hoodie weather, to where it's chilly, but it ain't cold. Sometimes it's cold, but most of the time it's mild. It's chilly, but it ain't cold. You know, it's lukewarm. You know what I mean? It's a lukewarm chilly, but it ain't freezing. You know what I mean? It ain't cold, right? And that's the fall. You know, you could throw on a hoodie and keep it moving. You ain't got to put on the big coat and all of that other shit. Then you have the winter, right? You know what goes down in the wintertime. You know, you got Mr. Freeze out that motherfucker. You got snow, ice. You know what I mean? Just an insane type of just deep cold. I don't know where y'all from, but where I'm at in the Midwest, it gets cold as hell. It's a different type of cold because we out by Chicago. You know what I'm saying? It's Chicagoland. So, you know what I mean? That shit hit off that lake different. It hit off that lake different. So we in like a, that's why they give it the name, like, you know, the nickname Siberia, because if you know Siberia cold as shit. Snow, ice, tundra. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got no tundra or nothing like that. But it be cold as hell. You know, that's the winter time. That's the winter time. So you got to whip out the big coat. You know what I'm saying? With the raccoon fur around the hood and the gloves and all that shit. You know? And then you got springtime. You know what I mean? You got the spring where there's a lot of rain hitting. The sun's starting to peek out. You know? It's not hot, but it's a little warm. It's still a little warm, chilly. It's warm, chilly. You know what I mean? That's the spring. A lot of rain, you know, and allergies is all messed up because all the flowers and plants growing and all of that stuff, right? So when you think about the seasons, right, you have to make adjustments, right, for each season. You have to think about that and apply that with your life. I know a lot of y'all seen that coming, but you got to apply that with your life and the times of where shit is going on. You know what I mean? It's a different time. So you got to adjust to that just like you would adjust to it, to a season. You know what I'm saying? How you adjust to the season, right? You got to adjust to the times. That's a part of survival. That's a part of evolving. You know what I mean? That's how you make it through tough times. You know, you got to make your adjustments, right? And then you got to move with it. You got to move with you got to make your adjustments and then just move along with it. I'm not saying you got to go along with how shit is, but you make your adjustments to where it fit for you and your situation and you move through that shit. You move through that shit. That's life. That's life. You just can't go into the winter still thinking and acting like it's summertime. You're going to die. You're going to freeze to death. You know what I'm saying? You can't go into the fall, you know what I mean, thinking that it's springtime because it ain't. You know, the fall is the fall. That's when all the leaves falling and all of that shit is starting to get a little nippy out. You know what I mean? It's different. It's just different. you getting your mind right because you know what's to come. When that fall get here, you start putting on hoodies, you know what I mean? And you start making your adjustments, because that's where a lot of people start getting sick at, because they still thinking that it's summertime. So they not making the proper adjustments. And then when fall hit, they still out there, no jackets on, they still out there getting caught, they ain't even got on no shoes. They wearing sandals and shit. They sniffling because, they done got their ass sick because they ain't making the proper adjustments. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you got to do though, man. When life is hitting in a certain type of way, listen, you got to make those adjustments, because every time that life hit in whatever way it's hitting, a lot of the times it's something that you're not used to. You know what I mean? It's something that it could be your first time dealing with. But as a human being, you know what I mean? We got a natural instinct to where we got to make those adjustments so we okay. So you got to remember that. You can't be living in yesterday's, you know what I mean? You can't be living in last season. And you can't be living in yesterday's form either. You can't be one of those, the ones that always talk about how shit was. You can't be that type of person and make adjustments, because you too stuck back there. You don't want to make any adjustments. And usually those the ones that's getting picked off. Those the ones that's getting caught in the tornadoes. Those the ones that's out there freezing to death. Those the ones out there getting sick. So you got to make those proper adjustments in life, just like how you would do the seasons. People don't get it. You got a lot of people just so stuck in their ways. It's insane. They so stuck in their ways. They don't, you know what I mean? Almost like how kids don't want the fun to end. You know how your kid don't ever want the fun to be over? It be grown mugs like that. They don't never want the fun to end. They can't never get over their past. They can't never get over the season. They want to go back to how it was, and it just don't work like that. That ain't how growth happens. We wasn't put here to be kids forever. We wasn't put here to be the same as we were forever. We wasn't put here to continue doing the things that we was doing last year or the year before that. We not here for that. We here to make adjustments and go along with life. It's going to be all types of shit flying around all the time. It's going to be all types of shit that's flying around, going around, this happening, that happening. But you got to make those adjustments and keep it moving. It's a difference between just going along, but you know what I mean? Like, a lot of people like, oh man, you just going along with what's going on and just going, you know what I mean? You going to fall for anything. Nah, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about making the proper adjustments in your life so you can survive. I'm talking about you getting out of that whole mindset of staying the same and not making adjustments and then falling victim to some shit that could have been prevented had you just made a few adjustments in life. Don't nobody want to die over something simple that could have been prevented. Nobody want to do that. You got too many people that's dying from shit that they have no control over. So why would I want to risk myself? Right? Why would I want to risk myself or even my family because we didn't want to make adjustments to the times? That's stupid. It's lightweight idiotic. That has nothing to do with just going along with what's going on. This has everything to do with you looking inside yourself, assessing your situation, and then making the proper adjustments so you can move past everybody else that didn't make them adjustments. So you could bob and weave through that shit. Most people can't bob and weave because they want, man, I ain't doing shit. I ain't changing shit. You know what I'm saying? They want to, you know what I mean? With their chest poked out, you know what I mean? Bouncing their titties around, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like fucking cavemen. When shit could have easily been prevented, but you stuck in your ways. So, like I said with the seasons, man, you got to make your adjustments and adjust so you can survive through those seasons. Because guess what? The seasons gonna change. It ain't gonna stay the same. So you got to change like the seasons do. You got to grow. You got to go through shit. You got to go through a winter where everything is dying just so the spring could come around, pour water on that shit so things could grow again, so you could come back up. You make those adjustments so you could come back up. You don't see the trees dying and the grass dying and shit like we do, and then it don't come back, do you? That shit come back every season when it's supposed to, just like you supposed to. So remember that when you think about all these new things that's coming, these new laws that's being passed, this shit, that shit. You know what I'm saying? The trials and tribulations of life. You think about that. Think about that. Make your adjustments and move smart and be smooth. And now guess what? Guess what, man? You're going to come out on the other side stronger than you was last season and last year. You're going to be better prepared and you're going to be better off. You know what I'm saying? So remember that, man. And that's my word. My name JC and the Sinn-Take. Holla at y'all later, man. Peace.
First I'ma get on my grind, then second stop wasting my time on shit less important. If ain't about money, I'm going the other direction. And third, I'ma do what I gotta to eat. Fourth, I'ma sew up the streets. Fifth, I'ma never quit dropping this heat. So as long as I'm breathing, you better get used to me. Sixth, I'ma get